Hello, today I want to talk about porn. I was actually been meaning to make a video about porn for some time now. And repeatedly in my blog TV, it keeps coming up as a topic of discussion, and I don't know if it's me or the other people. I'm not entirely sure where it comes from, but it seems to come up a lot. And it's kind of, I have some thoughts from that has made me want to make a video about it. And then this morning, I was excited to see Prof MTH has a new video up on porn. He addresses the legal sides of it and such, which is very, very interesting. He's got a great deal, as always, great information in his video. And I thought I'd make a video response more as an excuse to talk about porn than actually to discuss what his video in any way. But I want to talk about with the thing is with porn is that I love it. Okay, and I don't mean I want to make before that is misunderstood. I don't mean I love to watch it. I mean I do enjoy once in a while, or period. It certainly has its moments. But I mean I love it. When I say I love it, I mean I love that it exists. I love that it's out there in the world. I love living in a world where such things exist, even if they're things that I have no interest in seeing, and I have no interest in, viewing, whatever. The kind of things that if they accidentally pop up, or if you click the wrong link, they're not things that I do. I mean, some porn obviously is very, I think, wow, that's great, and I try to get more of that same actress or more of the same producer, that kind of stuff. Other ones I have no interest in. Example being the other day I was surfing through this a service kind of like Netflix, but it's for adult films. And I just came across this video called, I think it was called British Women Pissing. And now I would never rent that video. In reality, there's not too much else that I would rather not see. But I love that it's there. I love that somebody thought of that idea, created that video, and potentially thousands or millions of people are watching it. And I think that's pretty awesome. And I want to talk about why. Now, this is where I get inspired by the human species. I think I'm a humanist, and I love my species. I think we're an amazing, from lots of different perspectives. We're actually a truly amazing organism. And one of those things, I think the pinnacle, in my opinion, of pride for our species, is porn. And I want you to think about that. This is going to sound like weird. This is one of my left field wacky ideas. But I want you to, okay. Now, human beings are dirty little monkeys. In fact, we're the filthiest of all of the dirty little monkeys, in my opinion. And I know the humans aren't monkeys. I'm using the Cercopithecoid clade thing. Okay, so humans are monkeys in that thing. We are the filthiest, most disgusting of all. We're the nastiest of all the little monkeys. And we really are. And if you go to the zoo and watch primates, when I do go to the zoos, I spend my time watching the primates because I find them interesting. And you see what they do. They spend a whole lot of time when they're not throwing their feces around. They're typically copulating or masturbating. They do this a lot, and it's and I understand they're in captivity, but from what I understand, they do it in the wild too. Anyway, the point being that this is what they spend, and they have like, well, it's a primate thing to have fairly creative sexual imaginations and be fairly I think it comes with a big brain. And primates all have big brains. So it makes me think, if you stop and you go and you go to a bonobo exhibit or a common chimpanzee and just sit there and just kind of look at them, kind of look at them in the eye. And you just kind of know. You just know that if he could sit there jerking off on camera and make all the other chimps in the world watch it, he'd do it. Hell yeah, he'd jump right on that. If he could do, have a threesome with a bunch of other chimpanzees, and, if he could do that, film it and make other monkeys watch it, apes watch it, if he could do that, he would. But you know what? He can't. Why can't he? Because they don't know how. We do. We can. We have hit that stage in evolution. We have hit the pinnacle of filthy little monkey. We not only do disgusting things, but we actually film it and we actually make other monkeys watch it, and that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. You see my point? I know it's a little bit wacky, but think about that. We've become the ultimate. It's the ultimate in monkey perversion. And I think that's great. It's so exciting. The fact that there are British girls pissing on each other, and somebody's watching that. It's like, proud to be a human being. And I love it. I love all of it. And, I get really, there's a whole thing. In fact, the Prof MTH video talks about some of the accusations that have been brought up. He's not bringing them up. He's talking about the accusations about porn being degrading. And I think, on a serious note, the issue I have with that is, and I'm sure there's, the whole gambit's out there, from stuff that probably should be illegal, seriously illegal, and I'm talking about, anyway, to the last, stuff that to me is so completely, we've actually gotten those, like, porn for couples, and it's like, these, like, candlelight and patting hair for hours and hours on end, and it just completely puts me to sleep. That's not degrading. Nobody would. I can't even see how people would say that's degrading. But my point about even the stuff that's degrading, on a blatant level, is I get my spidey senses kind of go off whenever I hear one group telling people from another group that the behaviors that they're engaging in is degrading them, if that makes sense. In other words, it's not the people in porn saying, this is making me feel degraded. It's people outside saying, this is making you feel degraded. And there's something suspicious in my mind when people tell other people what they should be feeling. And I'm not saying that there's not terrible things that go on in porn industries, like any other thing where there's a certain level of underground, a certain level of taboo associated with it. It opens itself up for exploitation by bad people, and it happens, I'm sure. But that's not, I've seen many discussions with porn stars that love what they do. They enjoy the business, otherwise they wouldn't be doing it. I'm sure others don't have that same story, but then go to McDonald's and ask them how many of them love to be doing what they're doing there. I'm sure some people like the job and other people hate it, and plan on doing something else as soon as they're able. And porn's no different than that. So anyway, that's just my thoughts on porn. Again, it's amazing. There's nothing I love more than to look through the reason I was doing this is to look at these DVD sites, and I'm not gonna. Of course, I'm too broke to go pay money. Who pays for porn, anyways? But I love to look at the DVD lists because I'm just like amazed. I'm looking at these things, I'm looking at midget fuckers 17, and I'm like, wow, my species did that. Anyway, sorry, I'm going to get all weepy here if I keep talking about it. So, you guys take care, and thanks, and please post comments, video responses, whatever. It's a fun topic. I'd love to actually talk more about it because it's pretty. There's some funny stuff out there. So, and take care.